black and gold fans, college football fans. Welcome in and welcome back to the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. This is my instant reaction and recap to Iowa's 27-0 victory. That's right, that's not a gaffe, you heard correctly. 27 points put up on the scoreboard last night by the offense in a flurry, in a clinic, in a flood of points put up by the Iowa offense in their 27-0 victory over Nevada inside Kinnick Stadium. With the victory, Iowa improves to 2-1 here in the early college football season. And Iowa fans, let's just take a nice big deep breath and just a nice sigh of relief, knowing that our offense can both move the ball and produce and score some points. Thanks for being with me once again. I'm your host, Blair Parks. Yeah, not a bad game. I mean, if you tuned into last week's instant reaction and recap to the Iowa State game, I did not plan on doing one of these this week, but I did state unless something phenomenal happened, whether that be good, bad, or ugly, I would. I just felt compelled to do one of these because it was a very strange game, but also a game that gave us a little bit of hope. And plus, too, these instant reaction and recap episodes have been very well received by you. So as always, let me express my gratitude. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate your attention, your support. I definitely could use a little bit more. So please, if you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe, click the subscribe button. And if you're liking this, you could expect my week 3 review and recap episode should be out Tuesday afternoon, if not Tuesday evening, to go over everything that took place across the entire college football landscape during week 3. But getting back to this game, wow, what a strange game it was. I mean, the game kicked off on Saturday evening and ended in the wee hours of the early a.m. on Sunday morning. It ended just prior to 2 a.m. here Central Time, Iowa City time. So as far as, you know, the old recruiting tagline, this is something that Coach Kirk Ferentz can use to his advantage, and it could be completely legitimate and honest to say, hey, come to Iowa, you can play on Saturdays and play on Sundays. So definitely happened. So it's kind of a cool thing that he could use to his advantage out there on the recruiting trail. But yeah, I mean, this game definitely played out the way that we were hoping it was. I mean, after last week, I said during last week's instant reaction and recap episode that we just needed something at the end of this game to hang our hats on. We needed something, get some sort of traction, something to feel good moving forward as we get into Big Ten conference play. And that's really what we got. I mean, it was something that a little bit more inspired offensively and defensively, special teams. I'll get into the specifics here shortly. Just want to do a quick summary for you. But we definitely have something to believe in, you know, moving in to Big Ten conference play now. So as far as what I like to start with, I always like to start with the good that I saw. And, you know, I've got to start with the defense. I mean, they pitch another shutout. I mean, what else can you say about our defense, folks? I mean, we've gotten so spoiled. We almost expect to have these things happen. I mean, it's like if they don't, we feel like we've been, you know, bamboozled or flim-flammed. But the Iowa defense comes through, 0 points allowed. And it's really difficult to do that when you have not one, not 2, but 3. There were 3 weather delays for lightning. That's explaining why this game started Saturday night and ended Sunday morning, to really come out jacked up, game face on, with your, you know, your focus, and have to start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. It's just difficult to keep that edge, that level of execution and production. And the defense, wow, I mean, just continues to shine in what I like to refer to as the golden age of Hawkeye defense. So after 3 games, the Iowa defense has only given up 13 total points. That's good for just 4.3 points per game. That ain't bad. That's really good. And after yesterday's game, this morning's game, I should say, the defense now moves up 2 spots. They were 6th last week, but now they're 4th. At this time, we have the 4th best overall defense in the nation, and they continue to scheme, execute, do everything properly. Everybody right now knows exactly what their piece is in this puzzle, and they are all coming together and jiving beautifully. So hopefully the defense can stay at that kind of a level. It's kind of foolhardy to expect that each and every game the entire year. There will be some reversal to the mean at some point. I mean, we have some tough games coming up here very shortly on the Big Ten slate, but I don't expect much of a drop-off from this defense. I mean, they continue to shine and do what they do. So now the 4th best defense in the nation. I mean, there's my my applause. I'm a little bit tired today because it was a long night. No, if you're wondering, I did not make it till the end of the game. At midnight, I threw the towel in. I mean, I had to do what I had to do because I enjoy my sleep. So I was able to watch the 4th quarter earlier today with the family just to see what I missed. So defense, excellent. And the other good, I mean, I've got it. The legacy of Tory Taylor, the punter from down under, his status only continues to go to the stratosphere. He's already a legend. I think when it's all said and done, I mean, his time in Iowa City, all of us might be saying things like, Reggie Roby who? I mean, for those of you who don't know, Reggie Hang Time Roby, one of the greatest, if not the greatest collegiate punter of all time, maybe second to a guy named Ray Guy. Saw what I did there. I mean, Tory Taylor's legacy as a punter just continues to just increase each and every weekend. His stats, I mean, today, Tory Taylor had 7 punts. A long was 62. Impressive average of 46.7. He did have 1 touchback. He had 4 of his, so then basically you have 6 punts with a touchback. So of his 6 punts that were in the field of play, 4 of them were inside the 20, which 3 of those were inside the 10, and 2 of those 3 inside the 5-yard line. I mean, the guy continues to do what he does, just absolutely flips field position. And like I say, and like all of us Iowa fans say, punting is winning. It's called winning, duh. I mean, so that's what we do. I mean, punting to me is an extension of the defense. That is the defense first play to kind of set up where are we going to start off at the field, and what can we call? What can we scheme? Are we going to drop? Are we going to blitz? Are we going to just rush 3 or 4? Everything is dictated from the starting field position of your opponents. And having a weapon, and he is a weapon, like Tory Taylor can absolutely win us a game, and he already sort of has. I mean, in week 1, the 2 safeties that the defense recorded were absolute byproducts of him putting it inside the 5-yard line. And I said this last week's episode. I mean, Tory Taylor right now, without any hesitation, he is absolutely Iowa's MVP at this point. He's been their best player. I mean, no doubt about it. And how Iowa is that? To say the best player on the team is a punter. That's great. Far out. God bless Iowa football. But Tory Taylor, excellent job. Field goal kicking. Drew Stevens basically got the nod last night as our field goal kicker. His first 2 collegiate field goal attempts, he was good. 2 for 2, so excellent job. Well done, Drew. His long was 43, didn't miss any PATs. So excellent job. From special teams, there were no muffed punts because there was some rain off and on throughout the night too. Arlen Bruce was able to bring in every punt cleanly. So well done, special teams. I mean, special teams and defense continue to just execute at the highest level. They're elite, and hopefully that can continue as long as it can. So now let's get to the offense. And yes, folks, there was some offense. We did score not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns on last night's game. I mean, really what we needed. Now, no disrespect, like Paulie Walnuts would say, no disrespect, T. I mean, I'm going to say this, Nevada is hands down the worst of the 3 teams we've played to this point. Now, I know I say that, no disrespect, again, to the Nevada fans, their players, their program, but Iowa State would beat them. And quite frankly, if the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State, even though they are an FCS squad that we played in week 1, if they were to match up with the Nevada Wolfpack and play 10 games on a neutral site, I do really believe that the Jackrabbits could win 6, if not 7 of those. So Nevada is, or was, I should say at this point, past tense, was the worst team we've played to this point. So take these numbers in stride, but, don't take them fully to heart. So after putting up 27 points, I kind of figured, hey, maybe the offense would move up, after last week's showing after the Iowa State loss. Iowa was officially the worst offense in the nation, 131st out of 131. So I jokingly said that, hey, anything we're doing's worth doing right. And after putting up 27 points and a decent amount of total yards, passing yards, and rushing yards last night, I thought maybe they would move up a couple spots, but unfortunately, still in the basement, in the cellar, 131st. But you know what that means? There's plenty of room for improvement, folks, so look on the bright side. So numbers tonight, looked much better. Passing yards by Spencer Petras, hands down his best game of the year. I know some of you are saying, well, that's not saying much. 14 of 26, so completed 54% of his passes. Much better, but definitely needs to be better than that. For 175 yards, 1 touchdown, his first touchdown pass this season, but with 0 interceptions. And I will say this to Spencer's credit. There were at least 2, maybe 3 drops. So that completion percentage should have been a little bit higher, and also the yards as well. So there were a few drops out there, a few that hit the ground that usually would not have. Rushing, wow. Kind of out of nowhere tonight, 35 rushing attempts for 162 yards. Good, an average for a clip of 4.6 yards per rush. That is what I'm talking about, and that led to 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns scored by true freshman Caleb Johnson. And I think Iowa's got something here, guys. There is a lot of Goodson there's a lot of Tyler Goodson in this freshman Caleb Johnson. There definitely is. Caleb Johnson looks to be very shifty, athletic. He's got that breakaway speed. He is a freshman, so there is a huge upside to him, but now that he definitely is getting more carries, he kind of saw the field a little bit last week. But we need to be mindful that he is a freshman, so he is at some point going to have his issues with ball security and just taking that beating, that body blow, body punch, jab, jab, jab. It could wear him down. So we need to be mindful of that, but they've got something cooking here with this true freshman, guys. I really like Caleb Johnson. He actually eclipsed the 100-yard mark. He rushed 7 carries for 103 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14.7 yards per carry. Excellent. Gavin Williams had 16 totes of the rock for 57 yards. So, yeah, the rushing game absolutely helped the passing game. The offensive line did much better. Something else that really helped Spencer Petras. And kind of shortly before kickoff, it was reported that Nico Reganey was going to be in the starting lineup. And then right before kickoff, on top of that good news, it also was reported that Keegan Johnson was also going to be playing in last night's game. So, if you don't know who those cats are, that's Iowa's two best wide receivers. They've been out the first 2 weeks, so obviously that didn't help Iowa's already challenged offense. So when that was announced, I was very excited, as most of you were, because we were finally going to see our offense with its full allotment of players, the normal or predicted starting lineup. So that definitely helped the passing attack out. I mean, we're already very challenged vertically. I meant passing game now, you dirty minds, you. Vertical pass game is a little bit challenged. But as soon as Iowa's offense was on the field, guys, you probably saw this the same way I did. There was an absolute different swagger and confidence level to Spencer Petras. I mean, you could tell, having his two familiar targets back, that made a big time uber difference in his confidence level, to where he didn't hesitate to get Nico Reganey, Keegan Johnson involved. That also then rubbed off on Arlen Bruce, Sam Laporta, a couple of the young guys. Brody Brecht got out there and got targeted a few times, the true freshman as well. Definitely, you could just tell. And that really goes a long way, because these guys, they build up that rapport together, all right? So it absolutely helped. You could tell that Spencer didn't feel like the lone gunman anymore, all right? So that absolutely helped. So is Iowa's offense turn the corner? Are they better? I don't know. I really think that the jury is still out there. I don't know yet, but it definitely helps having those receivers back. But to me, timeout, before you want to discuss the passing game, the real difference tonight that I saw, and once again, no disrespect to Nevada, but the rushing attack, the offensive line did much better. Spencer did get sacked a couple times, but for the most part, the offensive line won the point of attack. They kept the point of attack. They opened up some running lanes, gave Spencer some pretty good passing windows, and that really is what's going to determine Iowa's outcome. That is going to determine what the offense does. If the rushing attack works, and if they can protect Spencer, give him a little bit more time, we should kind of expect numbers kind of in this area, all right? If Iowa can rush for 150 to 200 yards, pass for 150, 175, that's really is what should be our goal. We don't have to be an elite offense. I mean, yeah, would I take that? Absolutely. I'd buy that for $1, but that's just not who we are. Okay, we just need to be average. Be an average offense. Don't turn the ball over. Win the penalties game. Don't do any self-inflicted wounds. Just 150 yards rushing, 175 yards passing. Let the defense and special teams show up, show out, ball out like they do. That's the recipe for success. It always has been at Iowa. You Iowa fans, we know that. We know how to make this four-course meal. We know how to get these Michelin stars. Okay, it's a little bit of this, pinch of that, cup of this, pint of that. We just know. Okay. So the offensive line is what really helped open up. And I know I say open up the passing game, but come on, what we've seen the last two games, this was a air raid, basically. So if the offensive line if they perform at a better level, and if we get some yards on the ground, I mean, the first two games, I think against Iowa State, we averaged 2.2 yards per rush, 1.6 yards against South Dakota State on the ground, but tonight 4.6. That is how we find success offensively. Run game and the offensive line. That will help Spencer Petras, okay? Or whoever Iowa has out there. And yes, if you're wondering, Alex Padilla did not see the field again last night. So, but you know me, I have not been a Spencer Petras hater. I have not been angry. I have been concerned, and I'm still concerned, and I've been disappointed, but this did give us something to believe in. Okay, it just did. Like the Poison song, okay? We have something to believe in moving forward, okay? So hopefully they just continue to progress, or at least, bare minimum, don't take any further steps back. Don't digress, improve from here out. And if they do that, we've got a good shot to have a decent year. I mean, if you missed my 2022 Iowa season preview and predictions episode, I did pick Iowa to go 8-4, and I did pick them to start the season 2-1. I did pick them preseason before seeing the offensive challenges. I did predict that they would lose this year to Iowa State. So I'm not so surprised. I'm not. I picked them to be 2-1. They are. Maybe I didn't think the offense would be this lackluster, but hey, once again, I think there is some improvement. We saw some last night. Let's just keep it going. So, yeah, offense much better. I mean, that's what we need. Spencer does need to be about 60% or better completion, but he definitely would have been there last night. Like I said, there were a few drops that normally those guys would haul in. But yeah, I mean, some deep shots down the field. And last night when Spencer would miss, which that really has been his issue, is his accuracy. Footwork is one thing, lack of mobility, yes. And when you couple that with a porous offensive line that we've seen the last few years, it's a recipe for disaster. But at least last night when he would miss, he missed in the right places. He would take shots one-on-one and overthrow everybody. So, but it was nice to see at least them attack down the field. I mean, that was nice, okay? So, the jury's still out on the Iowa offense. Is it quarterback play? Is it play calling? Is it personnel? Is it the offensive scheme? I don't quite know yet. It's still too early to know. But moving forward, it's obvious that Spencer Petras, that's our guy. So I say we rally behind him, and we see what happens. That's all we can do, Hawk fans. Where we go from here, next week we open up Big Ten play on the road at Rutgers. It's a 6 p.m. local time kickoff here in the Central Time Zone, 7 p.m. out east in Piscataway. So it is a night game there in Jersey. I don't quite know really what the home field advantage is for Rutgers. Never being there myself. But I did pick Iowa to win that game, and as of right now, I'm probably going to be sticking with my pick. But to officially find out, you definitely want to tune in later this week. Thursday is will be my upcoming Week 4 preview and predictions and picks episode. So yeah, things are looking much better. I do not plan on doing one of these next week, these instant reaction and recaps, even though I really do enjoy them. They bring me enjoyment and you as well. And once again, thank you for everything you've done. Next weekend, I plan on doing some camping with my son, so we might be listening to the game around the campfire on Saturday night. Roasting marshmallows, s'mores, hot dogs, you name it. But if not, we'll probably end up just watching the game recorded on Sunday. So I don't plan on doing one, but you never know. And so that's where we are. 2-1, Big Ten play right around the corner, and we'll see what next week brings. Please feel free, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, Hawkeye Nation, college football fans in general. You're all welcome here at the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. So where we go from here, time will tell, but I do know this. I thank you for everything you've done. Appreciate you. Much love, Sammy Sosa style. Thanks for everything. And the rest of the week, hopefully you guys will tune in Tuesday for my week 3 review and recap show. But if not, I'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And I always sign off with peace, prosperity, progress. And I'll talk with you soon on the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. Thanks much.